Hey guys! So today's Mental Health Week video is going to be on techniques for dealing with depression, and this is one of those videos that I could just go on and on about. I just want to say excuse me for being in this back room here. Costa's home and he's working on some projects, so I wanted to get out of his way. So if it's a little echoey, I just have the door closed in here. But anyways, because I was thinking about doing one about anxiety, but honestly, depression has just been like the crux for me. It's been everything, and I've developed really good coping techniques over the years. I want to kind of explain to you guys what's been helping me recently dealing with depression, because I literally have not had a large depressive episode since, let's say, January. The winter is always really hard for me, even if I'm taking the right supplements. The lack of sunlight, the cold, the shorter days, the darkness, it really starts to get to me. So with the sunshine now and everything, I just feel a lot brighter and happier, and yeah, big improvements in my mood. So anyways, the first technique that I would share with you guys is aromatherapy. That is huge for me. I realize not everyone will be able to relate to this. For some people, certain scents give them headaches, but I think the reason I like aromatherapy so much is I realize that scent is a big trigger for memories, and it can be either a very positive thing or a very negative thing. But I've learned to associate some scents with kind of calming and relaxation, kind of rids me of my anxiety, puts me in a really good place. And I feel like anything you can do to be more in the moment really helps a lot with depression. So just experiencing the moment, because for me, depression has always been about when your mind gets stuck in the past or it gets stuck thinking about the future. So if you're actually able to experience the moment, then a lot of times you're going to be a lot better off than if your mind is wandering to different places. So when I am doing aromatherapy, even though sometimes the scents can trigger things like pleasant memories, let's say, most of the time I'm there, I'm experiencing it, I'm breathing in the air, I'm feeling really good. So I've been using these Bath & Body Works plugins called Wallflowers. I advise you guys look into it if you're into kind of stuff, and they kind of diffuse a certain scent throughout your house, and they have so many different choices that you can make. So I've been doing, of course, tropical scents because I'm into that, relaxing scents as well, anything spa-like, things that will just kind of clear my mind and help me focus. My all-time favorite is eucalyptus and spearmint. Everything in that scent is my bae, so anyways, so aromatherapy was one of my big techniques. Another thing is nutrition, and what I've learned about nutrition over the years is it's hard, because if you're an emotional eater, you know, you're going to want to reach for just like the things that you know are bad for you if you want to self-sabotage, things like that. But luckily, I do have a lot of really healthy cravings. I'm very fortunate for that. So some days I'll actually be craving a salad, so I'll be sure to incorporate that into my day so I actually get a good craving in. And I've been craving a lot of tropical fruit lately, so pineapple, mango, kiwis, things like that. So I've been buying a lot of those things, and at night I've been having a big fruit plate and sharing that with Costa, and kind of having whatever fruits we're craving and enjoying that, and having some tea. It's been a very pleasant way to kind of, you know, end your day and have something sweet that's not going to affect your weight. So I've been doing that. But also on that note, I want to add to, it's important to also sometimes give into your cravings and not ever feel like you're depriving yourself. So we'll also have a snack night once a week when we'll get some stuff that we want, so like some chips and a soft drink, things like that. But we don't have that stuff in the house all the time. See, this was the problem when I was living with this family, that it was just always available. There were chips, there were cookies, there were soft drinks all the time. So if I was feeling stressed out or not optimal, and I would feel stressed out a lot in that environment just because I didn't have that privacy and that space to myself all the time. So I'd reach for those things as a kind of temporary comfort. And now I feel like I get those urges much less frequently because I'm in a much happier and better headspace. And so just, you know, sometimes giving into a craving and having some ice cream or whatever it is and enjoying that on our snack night. And so every week you appreciate that night where you're having that food, but the rest of the time you're eating, you know, as well as you can, basically. So that's my tip for nutrition. Exercise, of course, is huge as well. I'm in our exercise room right now. That's my bike that I've been training on. I've been doing Nike app recently. I've been doing some plyometrics with Costa in the mornings. Been feeling really good, constant muscle soreness, but actually really good. So incorporating an exercise, you really have to do what you enjoy, even if that means just going for a walk. If if you go for like a half hour to an hour long walk, let's say, you get out and get some fresh air, you get the vitamin D, which is good for you. Just in terms of exercise, I'd recommend doing something you actually enjoy. So for me, it's cycling. I'm not big on running or jogging. I love the elliptical, I love cycling, I like swimming, things like that. So do things you actually enjoy that will encourage you to have a healthy lifestyle. Another one is supplements. I really strongly believe in supplements. I always take vitamin D in the winter no matter what. I think the game changer for me has been high EPA omega-3s because I don't eat a lot of seafood, and so it's hard for me to get the omega-3s. You can also get them from walnuts. Don't eat that many of those, flax seeds as well. So I've just been trying to supplement that in my diet because omega-3s are not something that you produce endogenously, so you have to get it from an exogenous source, meaning that you need to actually take it into your diet. Your body's not able to produce it, and it's very important for optimal brain function. So that's something I believe in. I take a multivitamin just to kind of round out my values for the day of the vitamins and minerals that I need, and I also take a vitamin B supplement. I just blanked on that one because I've been eating a lot more vegetarian and vegan type meals, so this is a way to kind of just get your energy levels up. It's basically the mood vitamin. It's very important, so if you're not getting adequate levels, you could feel kind of moody and irritated. So that's been helping me just on that note. And I guess I'll give one more technique because this video is going to get too long. I could go on forever for coping techniques with depression because I feel like I've helped myself a lot over the last few years. So, and if you guys ever want to private message me, by the way, and talk to me about this stuff, feel free. I will definitely start up a dialogue about this. I'm extremely passionate in talking about depression and mental illness in general. So, so my last technique is therapy/journaling. I really recommend that you just get your thoughts out on paper. I feel like sometimes, of course with depression, you can get ruminating thoughts when your thoughts are spiraling over and over and over. Sometimes when you just take the time and either put it on paper and just kind of like do away with it, or sometimes I'll make a video. Sometimes I'll make a video that appears to be negative, but what it is really me just getting the thoughts out of my mind. And if people can relate to it, that's why I post it on YouTube, because some people can relate to it and it helps them feel better because it helps them feel like they can relate to what I'm saying and they don't feel as alone anymore. That's why I post it. I'm actually really not a negative person. I just like to, you know, get that negativity out and away from me. So that's why some of my vlogs will appear like I'm in a bad place or I'm not doing well, but everyone has those moments. I just choose to actually showcase them and share them with you guys. So one technique is just to get it out, and therapy can be really helpful because it can give you a new vantage point. Sometimes when I was talking to my therapist I was seeing a few years ago, she would just kind of put a little spin on things and get me to see things in a different light that would help me and enlighten me in a lot of ways. I found therapy to be extremely enlightening. I went for a whole year. I enjoyed it so much. I learned so many coping techniques from that, but you really do have to click with your therapist. I heard some YouTubers talking about that recently, just saying that, you know, I think it was like Kristen who said you got to do kind of your therapist shopping. Don't feel like you have to just be with the one person. You can see who, you know, you fit with and click with the best, because that will make for the best therapy experience. And to be honest, sometimes you're just not ready for therapy. That happened to me a long time. I met many really nice therapists, but I wasn't ready to open up because I was in too dark of a place to even start talking to someone about it. So anyways, my precious gems, I hope you enjoyed this day 3, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye everyone.